Hey folks, it's Ardwulf. Welcome. We're on episode 4 of our Let's Play series of Hearts of Iron 3, Their Finest Hour, playing as Germany. We are on 13 May 1936. Let us start the clock at speed 4. And we've got some units moving around. And we've got a massive order of battle to reorganize here. So we have light tank gun advances. We need to pause the clock almost immediately upon starting the episode and take a look at that. And we now have to pick another research. Let's see. Artillery carriage, we've got those already. We'll take the barrel and ammunition. I'm going a little bit over, but that's okay. And we're at 72 free spies now. I'm going to lower this again to 1 spy per day. And let's take a look at intelligence. That gives us more research. Let's put 1 in Denmark. Give it a military espionage. Let's put 1 in Norway. Give that a military espionage. Let's put 1 in Yugoslavia. Give that military espionage. Bulgaria, Hungary, Romania will all eventually be in the Axis, hopefully. We'll put 1 in Greece. And we'll go military espionage. Now let's take a look at our progress here. This is terrible. We see that the... I don't even see the Nazi party here in Austria. Let's kick that up to 2. Let's look at the USA. And we see that fascist parties are gaining. Let's go to Austria and the US and kick them up to counter-espionage 3, support our party 2 for about a month. Alright, let's... Oh, no, hold on, we gotta look at technology. So now we have 22 available, just a hair over 22. And let's look at destroyer main armament. And that looks good. The progress on that thing at the bottom of the list is going to be glacial, but that's okay, I don't care. So right around June 15th, second half of June, we want to revisit espionage again, especially in the US and in Austria. So the Anschluss with Austria, the union with Austria. Austria needs to be at peace and can't be in a faction, and the NSDAP, which is the Nazi party, has to have an organization of 4 or popularity above 40, or we have to have the modifier political crisis in Austria, which I believe happens in early 1938. It may be, in fact, 1st March 1938. So I don't want to wait that long for Anschluss with Austria, because that gives us a lot. It gives us some dissent, but it also gives us some manpower and some IC. Not as much as the annexation of Czechoslovakia would, but still, it's still useful. Alright, so what do we got here? Now we've got this whole group, which we can move over. Let's move this here, move this here, move the HQ here, and move the last infantry unit here. Destroyer armor, we need to take a look at that. It means we have to pick something else. Submarine hull sounds good. Start the clock again. Let units move. Now, we need to... we're going to have, on the west front, we're going to have 1 army at the moment. Or 1 army group, I should say, and 2 armies. And we have an infantry division ready to roll off the line, which is fine. We can see that our percentage here is going down. So we actually want to, at this point... Oh, and our espionage number went way down too. We can leave that there for now. This HQ has 4 divisions in it. This HQ has 4 divisions in it, and it needs to have more. So let's put, this is the 9th Army Corps, so let's put our new unit with the 9th Army Corps. And then we'll pause for that, and we'll move that guy here. And we got to get rid of light tank engine for now. which takes us to 22 again. And we'll take submarine torpedoes. Let's look at our production number. This is very slowly ticking its way down. Let's increase this to 49. And that infantry division rolling off actually did decrease our production deficit a bit, so that's good. Now, once again, I would love to be able to... it's coming off in December. I would love to be able to prioritize that list by roll-off date, but I'm not going to do that. Light tank reliability and destroyer stuff. Let's get rid of those. And then we have to pick some more technology. One of the things we definitely want is here under industry. It's radar. It's super useful, but we can't really develop it until 1938. But it's going to, at like January 1st, 1938, that's going in the queue. Theory I never mess with. So let's look at land doctrines here. Operational level, that's useful. We'll take that. And we need one more. Tactical command structure sounds good. Start the clock again. Alright, so we got this this guy here, this guy here. Let's look in the east first. So here we have the Oberkommando der Wehrmacht. And here we have... we're going to change the leader here. Look for our highest skill guy. And I know who it is. And I need to find him. It's von Rundstedt. Is this actually Werner von Blomberg? It totally is. I'm going to unassign. I'm going to take off auto assign. I'm going to unassign all leaders. I can always auto put that on. So we are going to put the leader here to be von Rundstedt, and he's defensive doctrine and offensive doctrine. And do we have somebody who's like a logistics wizard up here with a skill of 5? We don't. Defense plus 10, offense plus 10. We need to promote him. So away we go, von Rundstedt. And then we're going to put auto assign back on, frankly. Guderian has offensive doctrine, trickster, and battle master, combined arms plus 10%. Fortress buster for von Manstein. Winter specialist. These guys do have a maximum skill, which I think is based on some arcane assessment of their historical performance, but I'm not sure I would take that terribly seriously. Let's plug in on the clock here. Okay, so we have here, we have 2 Heeresgruppe Ost, Heeresgruppe West. Let's take this Army Corps and detach it, because it's not supposed to be there. We'll take this Army Corps and detach it, because it's not supposed to be there. And then we will take, let's see, Heeresgruppe West. And we'll assign a leader here, and we're going to pick a 5 here as well. Let's see, Battle Masters, Combined Arms, Guderian, von Kluge. I think I want von Kluge later in the east. Let's go back. Wait a second here. France has decided the Popular Front. It doesn't really do anything for us at all. Let's unassign this guy. Okay, how do I unassign him? Okay, so we'll put we'll promote von Kluge a couple times. Put him in the east, and then we'll put von Rundstedt in the west. It's a very awkward. we in general want the guys with the highest level skills to be in charge of army groups, and these guys are army groups. So right now we have this army group in the east and this army group in the west, and we need some more armies. And I think we're going to have 5 corps under this army, and right now we have this guy. So this is the first army. So we'll attach that to the first army. We'll attach that to the first army. And we'll attach this to the first army. And that puts 4 army groups under that, and this guy. Alright, so this puts... Oh, and let's see here. Okay, that totally works. We need a Sicherungsarmee. So let's create a new HQ for this. And we'll put this HQ about here. This guy's skill 2, which is probably definitely not a good choice for that. We want somebody with defensive doctrine. And that guy's way too high. So this guy, Hassa, looks great. Alright, and then this Sicherungsarmee, which we need to select, will be the first Sicherungsarmee, and we'll attach that to Heeresgruppe West. Okay, so there's now 2 armies attached here. The first army and the first Sicherungsarmee. And we would like a pretty good leader here, so let's find somebody. For now, engineer river attack. That might be useful. Jakob Lieb. Is this Wilhelm Ritter von Lieb? Offensive doctrine. We'll take him. So we're going to have to, I think auto-assign will auto-assign guys. Let me actually go here and take off auto-assign. We're going to have to assign leaders everywhere, so there's nothing to be done about that. I may end up doing it off camera, however, because otherwise it's going to be an interminable slog. So we're going to create a new army down here, because we want 2 armies on the east front. We'll put that army here. We have, currently on the east front, what do we have? We have the 2nd Army, so we'll call this the 4th Army. And we'll attach that to Heeresgruppe Ost. And then we'll, okay, this one's already attached, so we'll take this guy, attach this to the 4th Army, attach this HQ to the 4th Army. And move this guy up here. Move this HQ back. And we'll move this guy down here. And let's keep the clock rolling here. That's critically important. Okay, and then this army, what do we got? What else do we got? We have this HQ, we have this lone guy over here. Let's look at the strategy from here. We have this Heeresgruppe Ost, Heeresgruppe Ost, Heeresgruppe Ost. Well, what is this bullshit unit? Disband that. Did I do that twice? I might have. That's okay. Alright, and then this is the first Sicherungsarmee. We have this garrison unit here. We're going to create a new corps. We're going to call this the 2nd Sicherungskorps. Now we have to pause for that. And we'll take this guy and put him here. We kind of want him out of the way at the moment. And then we'll attach that to the first Sicherungsarmee. And we're looking at light tank armor that we have to pull. And then looking at additional stuff. We're in June of 1936. We do want to keep paused for that. Medium tank brigade. We need that very badly. That was, I think, the last tank thing that we needed to get rid of to get medium tank brigade. What we're shooting for here is self-propelled artillery, which this is these four are other things that will get hit as soon as 1937 rolls around. And in the meantime, let's see what we got going on here. Militia light artillery, militia support weapons. That puts us at 25. That's well, it's higher than I want it, but I'll leave it. That's okay. Alright, so looking at our Master HQ here. Put this guy here, since there's absolutely no reason to leave him there. Okay, this HQ will go under the 4th Armee in Crossen. We'll take this guy, take this unit. Let's see where I want to put these guys. We'll put this here, put this here, put the HQ here, and take this guy and put him there. We got a mountain brigade, awesome. Okay, so we have a current mountain brigade, and we want to put that mountain brigade there. That goes here with this guy, which is completely by itself right now. But when the Anschluss happens, we'll get some more mountain units, because it's Austria. It's you know, the hills are alive with the sound of music. So we will get some more mountain units, and we'll put them on the border with Yugoslavia, since we really don't want to monkey with Yugoslavia right now, particularly. Okay, so we have this corps needs an army home, but we have too many already. So the question is, do we need to create a second army on the West Front? And I'm not sure what the answer to that question is exactly at the moment. So let's take a look at that. Looks like we do, in fact, need a third army on the Western Front. So we basically want, for Poland, we want 2 corps opposite the Low Countries, right? These 2, but we actually have 3. So let's create a new corps HQ here. Well, let's keep the clock rolling. There's no reason not to. Let's put this in München. And then we'll create an army. I think we can't do that while it's moving or requires organization. Oh no, we can. We totally can. Okay, so let's put this guy in Nuremberg, and then attach it to Heeresgruppe West. Okay, so now we will take this corps, detach it. We need to change this to be the 3rd Army. If I don't use my own naming conventions here, then I'm going to completely forget everything and bork the whole thing. So we'll attach that to the 3rd Army. Attach this to the 3rd Army. And now we can attach this guy to the 1st Army. And our order of battle, other than being dramatically short on leaders at all levels, is in pretty good shape on the West Front. Pretty good. Not amazing, but pretty good. So in the East, we still need some work. Oh, we're wasting production. Let's fix that. We're wasting it on production. Okay. So what do we need? We need air wings. Bad. We have TAC bombers in more than we need. We need close air support, which is light aircraft practical, and we need 6, is that correct? 6 close air support. So we're going to do it in 2 serial runs of 3 each. We'll do it in 3 serial runs of 2 each. And we'll start production on that. And that's 15 months away, so that's a lot. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, we've got one of these guys, and I need a attack bomber as well. So we're going to put... we have more air in. Yep, we do. We're going to put one more attack bomber in production as well. And you see now we're at 169, and we're still at this. So this number has gone up. I need to adjust this. I don't know how this went down. Alright, so 0.07. So we need that number to go way down. And even just to do the Anschluss, we need additional time. So let's look at intelligence here. We now have 49 free spies. And we have got spies friggin' everywhere. Austria looks terrible. The US looks terrible. Let's go back to support our party. And 1 counter-espionage there. There's not much we can do about that. If we can't do the Anschluss until 1938, then we can't do it until 1938. It's not the end of the world. So our relationship with the UK is still 25. Our relationship with France is still -14. Italy is still 200. The Soviet Union is still 60. And the USA is 15, which is not as high as I would like it to be. But you can see, I think, that they have moved a little bit more towards us, which is fine. I'm okay with that. My intention there is not so much to bring the USA in as an Axis member, although they are true neutral, and I believe that is possible. But to keep them out of the war as long as possible. And if I can invite them to the Axis, well, that radically changes the dimensions on the entire war, doesn't it? So I would be very curious to see if that's possible, and if it does become possible to invite them, then I will. But my hunch is that it's not, at least on historical schedule, and the Japanese may always decide that they would like to stick their dicks in that particular pie too, like they did historically, and screw things up for everybody. So let's take a look at technology. We need 25, we're at 22.04. So what do we got coming off next? We've got some guys coming off in just a few days. Battleship anti-air, these are going to roll over into the next level. We're going to have to take that off. This guy's not coming off till 1937. Most of this stuff, though, is coming off this year. Whew, 1938. How difficult is this? Jesus. Battlefleet concentration. Battle 5. It's not that difficult. Of course, our practical's probably really low. So looking at industry, what do we got? Rocket engine. We can start working on that at some point. Rocket tests. We allow construction of a rocket test site, which we actually want to make. Looking at the production on the rocket test site. It takes almost a year. So if we accomplish that in, say, the beginning of... let's look at that again. So in the beginning of 37, we want to start building a rocket test site, approximately early 1937, maybe not right at the beginning. So you can see that the French have put some guys down here, and they have not particularly... we got to fix that. And we need another advance. Arctic warfare equipment. It's not like we don't need that, so let's get it out of the way. The French have not pumped up the Maginot Line at this point. And right here, in particular, it is quite weak. So I don't know what the specific effects of the land fort are. It seems like this is somewhat randomized, because I could swear I've started games where these are all 10 land forts. So I've got, let's see here. So I've got some land forts here now. Some of them are even 2s. What do we got? We've got another garrison unit. Where is that going? That is going in Stettin. And we need to attach that to the 2nd Sicherungskorps. Looking at this guy, we need a garrison in Emden yet, actually. We're going to move this back to Lüneburg. So we're going to need to be a little bit closer to Emden. We may actually put that in... Oh, shit. Actually, let's rethink this, actually. We'll relocate this guy to Emden and this guy to Hamburg. And then we will strategically relocate the headquarters to Walsrode. Bremen. Bremen sounds good. I'm okay with that. And then I just kind of have to make sure they don't get out of range of the... oh, we got more garrisons, too. Alright. So looking at this HQ, we're going to need a guy here in Lübeck. So we'll put this guy in Lübeck, and we'll attach him to the 1st Sicherungskorps. And then we'll put this guy in Rostock, and attach him to the 2nd Sicherungskorps. And that looks like I want to... This is my entire garrison command here. We're going to move this HQ over here so it's a little more central. We'll eventually migrate that east, but I don't care right this minute. Yeah, that basically covers everything. I'm going to need 1, 2, 3 in Denmark when I take Denmark. So that'll be a factor. But we can just make another core HQ for that. I'm perfectly okay with that. So, what do we got here? Do we have a Truppentransporter flotilla? We do. Let's put this guy on a... Okay, so let's take this guy. Put him here. Put him here. So these are the extra guys, actually. So we want the guys that are not currently attached. And we're going to put this guy in a boat. And we're going to take the boat, sail it up to Königsberg. Start the clock. Start the clock. The clock's been running. And then we'll wait till he goes back. The next guy in a boat. Take that guy up to Königsberg. Alright, now, we have this infantry division. I'm not even sure where this guy came from, but we'll put him here. And then we'll wait for him to move. Put that there. Put him on a boat. Send him to Königsberg. Let's pause that for a second. We'll detach this guy. These guys we want to put a new corps in charge of. And we're going to call this the 3rd Sicherungskorps. And we're going to attach that to the 1st Sicherungsarmee, which means we need to migrate this guy back over. And I'm fine with all that. Now we'll take this infantry unit, which is attached to the 1st... that's actually already attached there. This guy will get attached to the 1st Army Corps. And moved here. Make sure I'm selecting the correct unit here. Keep rolling. And let's see what's up with this guy now. So up here I have 1, 2, 3 infantry divisions, 4 infantry divisions. I need an armored division up here as well. So I'm going to actually pull an armored division here. We'll detach him, and we'll punt him. Strategically redeploy him up there. Wait for him to go. It's a quiet year so far. We're up to 54 spies again. But we're down to 112 officer ratio, and I need that to be up. So let's, while we wait for this to happen, let's go to technology. And let's think about espionage. Let's lower this to 0.8 spies per day. Let's free up officers. We need 23. We have 23.37, so we want that to be just over. Actually, we'll set it right there. And this way we're creating 1.8 officers per day. So we're refreshing this number as we continue to build troops. And we've got more of those. We have 12 more IC available. All right. So let's first of all find that mountain division and attach that there. Then the rest of these guys can basically just go into regular infantry divisions as long as they're not weird infantry divisions already. Okay, so that looks good. And now we have 12.3. Okay, so my, let's pause that. This has gone down to a normal level now, so I do want this to be up a little bit. That should be fine. I like to keep it just a hair over the necessary number to account for random fluctuations. So we desperately need upgrades, but we also need the production, and we're in the red on production right now, so we're going to leave that where it is. We cannot leave these numbers where they are forever, however. But we've got a bunch of expensive shit coming off the line here, too, especially all this air. And we've got, hey, here's 3 more interceptor wings right there. So we want to wait for some of that to roll off. Now let's take this. Can I put this guy in a boat? No fleet here that this can be loaded on to. Production. Do we have another troop and transporter flotilla? We do. It's coming off on August 31st. So eventually we'll punt this armored division up here. We can actually attach that right now to the 1st Army Corps. We got to fix that. And that leaves us with a point free. And we're still in 1936. Let's see. Looking at land doctrines, you can't really have enough of this stuff, so assault concentration, anti-air, anti-tank, assault artillery, which we can't make yet, delay doctrine. We'll take delay doctrine. That sounds good. Alright, so actually, it's on August 1st, 1936. We're going to pause here. I hope that you've enjoyed watching the slow build-up of Germany in the years prior to the oncoming start of World War II. And I hope that you will join me next time. And this time, thanks for watching, and I will see you then.